go to open homes
like $1,000
cover, which is yung
Ang maipapayo.
And what is the implication?
so with kayanga or
This thing and this thing.
hindi talaga siya binahay. Fair.
Hi, Ate.
Hello, Marianne. Good to see you again, and good to hear that you're back and well. How, uh, how did it get?
That's actually my fourth COVID experience.
Jeez, grabe naman. Hindi ka talaga tinigil. But this is the first time that you felt the symptoms.
Yes, because no, I think Ate no. So the only difference this time is that I'm always hungry.
Baka naman, I remember when I got hungry before is because I was pregnant. Hindi naman-
Everyone actually was teasing me. Oh, maybe it is pregnancy, and you got sick,
Oh,
and I'm like, nah, I didn't think so. But
anyway,
yeah, so I was very hungry. Wala, like you know how Ate, like you know how the original COVID you lose your taste, but me
yes,
I don't. I don't. I was craving for more food. I was eating so much,
that is something.
and then they were saying. Yeah, and they were saying maybe just because you're bored, because you're at home, so you don't do anything, but you just want to eat.
Oh, yeah, that could probably be. You felt bored because you have nothing else to do and you want your body to relax. So maybe just eat and eat that. It's all in the mind, in other words.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yay! I'm back.
Yeah, and I would like to open this session with a quote that I like very much myself, saying, "An organized home isn't just about appearance, it's about creating a space that supports peace, productivity, and a stress free lifestyle." What do you think about that? Oh no, you're muted. What happened? You probably have turned off your
There
microphone.
you
Yep.
go. Yes, I take turn it off because I'm actually quite close, and I think in Tita Steven they can't hear much anymore, so the TV is too
Yeah, yeah, I
loud.
can hear it a bit.
Yeah, so absolutely. I actually agree with your quote earlier at this. So at the end of the day, we wanted to welcome everyone in this episode. So to this episode of Property Maintenance 101. So keeping your home tidy and organized. I think it actually really coincide with what we talk about in this in this podcast at it. Whether you're a new homeowner, a tenant or a renter, or just someone looking to bring a bit order into your I think you're really good in here at it, into your living space. This session, guys, is definitely for you.
Uh, I would really want to keep up to that level, to that standard that I have set to myself. When I wasn't busy, all that I do really before going to bed is tidy up everything. And I always have this quote to myself: have
Mhm.
space for everything and everything in its space. Oh, no, have a place for everything and everything in its place. Parang ganon.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, that's actually quite a good quote at it because I think having two young kids, I should apply that.
yes, because it's hard to look for things when they're all mixed up. And I know myself, time is so precious to me. And so I want to find the things that I'm looking for in a snap, if possible. My patience is getting shorter actually when I moved to New Zealand because you know how we live in a fast paced society now, especially here. Mm.
Yes, everything is like I think I remember at the just a little quick of like our background as well as personal before we really dive in into the episode at the I think after I also became a parent, my like what you said, my patience is getting shorter. Like I feel like I waste a lot of time. Say if I misplace a key, my car key. And then I usually just hang it in the same place and then maybe one time either Steven took it or or say I put it on in the wrong spot, and then the next day I will spend 5 minutes, and for me 5 minutes is so precious, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wasted so much, so much
Yes,
time. I should have already been in motorway or something.
yeah, yeah. Oh, very true. Because it's just a little minute, a few minutes of being late. I can't imagine the
Yeah.
traffic already on the road, right? And it's not just
Yes,
keys that are commonly going missing. Phones
yes,
that is very precious to us. Sometimes are small bags or other stuff. When you're a student, of course, your pencils. Oh my geez! In my
yes.
class, my students are losing their pencils, and it's really at the top of my list priority to remind them. Make sure when you come to school, have your things ready. What about your pencil? Because it always goes somewhere.
Everywhere.
So right. I've already made like slides so that our viewers will be
Mm,
able to will have a visual on what we're talking about. So let's see if
mhm.
I can do this better. Present. We're talking about property management and this is more on home maintenance and organization
Yes.
and making it easy, doable, and there I say it, it's really fun for me, and I like doing this if I am not busy, but I keep on trying. Yep, this is actually one of my secrets why I I am able to do more things because
Mm,
place for everything and as much as possible
mm,
everything in its place. Plus the fact that my kids are already a little bit grown up, they have their own spaces, so they don't
yes,
touch my things anymore. I
that's
don't touch their
true.
stuff. Just peek at their rooms and growl at them when they're it's messy, but it's their space. Compared to
Yes.
your life, I can imagine when you have little kids, it's not easy.
It's very, very hard out there because even though they have their own space and then we have our own space, but then
Yeah.
their space extends to the living room, to the
Yeah.
kitchen, to the dining.
I've been there and done that. And let's bring that up today, tonight, because this is very relatable to all parents, especially to mothers. And if you're a mother with a career, oh my
Yes,
goodness, you are like doing more than one job, more than one job.
a lot.
So let's dive right into the first one, which is ro- routine maintenance tips. Oh, any
Yes.
tips, Marianne? What's your routine?
Okay. Well, to be very honest, Ate, my routine kind of changes everything, but the very main routine that I do in the morning, like in the day, and it kind of repeats the next day. Morning, I wake up. Recently, I just started back again in my exercise. So I wake up early, organizing the lunch boxes of the kids, fix
Yeah.
like, preparing everything. I have to be finished by say 6:15 to 6:30, so I'll have time at least 30 minutes to an hour of running, just like even down the street back and forth. Yes. So my concern now is that I just turned 38 last time that I was out of this episode from our episode.
Are you kidding
So
me? You really 38. You
yeah.
don't look your age.
Oh, you're too nice.
Yeah,
38
honestly.
at it. But I think one of the routine that I have to kind of go back into is of course the exercise because I'm 38 and then I have two young kids under 10, so I have to get to keep up with their energy as well. And also, of course, the health. We should look after ourselves as well. And then, of course, yeah, tidying. I think with tidying up and maintenance of the home at it, because we live in the family. So for people who are renting, like us, we're not renting, it's a family space. But at the end of the day, um, we kind of have our own routine maintenance, so we kind of help out with auntie, maintenance if her request that she can't do, and then we can do. A majority of the times, organizing. I don't like anyone folding the clothes because I
Mhm.
want it my way of folding the clothes.
Mm.
So something like that, you know. But yeah, what about you, Ate? I'm pretty sure you have so much because you have your own home. And if any one of you guys watching, and if you've not been into Ate Judy's house, you'll see how beautiful the house is.
Don't come today because it's too messy. To be honest, I'm really struggling recently because of the different events that I've been into, and I've posted it even on my Facebook page, like how messy my house was when we joined the Pistang Filipino last time. Ooh, it really gave me a headache during the event. Anyway, as soon as I am really free, my it's like my break time is cleaning, my free time is cleaning, my free time is organizing, my free time is checking around the house, checking what's especially the tap, checking the cupboards. Not particularly with the food, I'm not into cooking, but I check on some things that's missing, maybe say the handle, if it's still working, is there a missing screw, or I'm just checking any cupboards, any things that might need repairs. And sometimes remember in the past I have noticed the switch that is a bit loose, and I don't have to take note of that, but I would pinpoint that I would point that out straight away to my husband and mention, hey, we need to change this and things like that. So I would greatly highlight it straight away. If there's anything that's loose or broken, that's me. So I would check around the house, not intently checking, but it's like when you're using the toilet, my eyes would be looking around. I would check the molds while I'm in the toilet doing my thing. I would check on the floor if there are some white spots or a leak or whatever. Same thing when I'm going around the house. I would check on the plants if there are a lot of weeds already and pick them out, but I don't have to clean all of it at once. Yeah, basically that's are the things that I usually do to check maintenance tip. And you've mentioned about you waking up in the morning. I wonder what time do you wake up in the morning? Because I wake up
Ah,
around 7:30.
I wake up. So after COVID, ate, just to have a little bit of to just let everyone know, I had a deal with God. I actually prayed. So I said that, if I woke up, because I went and volunteered last Saturday for the women's event in our church. And so what happened was, I was supposed to be, well, I'm actually an usher for that event. And then because I had COVID Monday, I was thinking that, okay, oh my gosh, like I won't be able to volunteer for Saturday. So I was praying so hard. I said, if you're gonna make me, God, if you're gonna make me negative by Saturday morning, I'll wake up exactly at this time and I'm negative, I will be able to go to the volunteer in a church, and plus, I promise to take care of my body from now on. So I will be healthy, like say, like at least just the exercise. Because at the end of the day, that's basically, it's also not just for me, but also for him because it's given to us.
Yeah,
And then
true.
exactly, I woke up at 5:40. Oh no, not 5:30. I tested and it was negative, and then I was so happy, and I changed into my exercise clothes. I ran out.
Oh, that's good. Keep it up because your
Yes.
body is best your
Health
investment.
is wealth.
Yeah,
Yes. At
is
the end of the day, right? At the end, like no matter how rich we are, like my parents, both my parents, I lost them from cancer. And no matter how rich you are, no matter how much money you have, once you get that kind of sickness, it's hard. Like you can't buy a life, another life. So hopefully I longer my lifespan with exercising every morning. But to answer your question, I wake up around the 5:30 to 5:45 ish, prepare lunch boxes. By 6 o'clock, I should be running so that I have at least the longest should be. The goal is to at least an hour of exercise, which is a cardio.
Oh, I envy
So
you.
I was
I really
doing
wish I have more time like that.
my after COVID, Ate, I had 6K, 6 kilometers run. And then Sunday I also had a 6 kilometers run. But because it's a weekday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I was doing 3 kilometers. So half half of my Saturday, Sunday.
I used to do that as well in the past, and I slowed down because of too many events and too many side hustles. But I'm thinking of doing Zumba with a group of friends to encourage me to go out of my small space here, my small office, because it's really good to have fun, laugh with people that are
Yeah.
like-minded people. Yeah. Well,
Like,
anyway, going back to
Ate,
maintenance.
connect
Oh, yes.
sorry, just to connect it, actually, to connect us being active in the morning, I find it really productive for me when I do an exercise in the morning and I have extra energy to clean the house. So I get
After
that
that or
kind
in
of
the
like, oh, sorry.
Is it after you exercise in the morning or in the afternoon when you come back after work?
After the exercise, ate, because you feel like you were so energized. I think because of
Yeah.
your energy level has gone up and you're awake now. And then so
Mm.
I come home, I was able to clear the tiklupin, the folding
Yes.
of clothes in there, and so yeah, I think that's a good routine to add up.
Yeah, 100% true. So the benefits of routine maintenance, by the way, guys, it helps you see the problem straight away when it's still too little. Because if you won't notice it after a month, it might have affected the other areas of the house. Say if it's a leak, it can damage your cupboards or your floor.
Yes.
So if you be able to check them and address them straight away, it will save you a lot of time and a lot of money and effort, of course. So, yep.
And what's
Uh,
good at it, if you're a homeowner like you, that increases the value of your home. So maintaining your home is actually what increases the value, not by adding up too much of every extra. Yes, of course, another extra bedroom will give you another $50,000 when you sell it. But the most important thing there is that if you maintain like what you do at your house, that value of that will be preserved for that house. So you just gotta wait for the right time to sell.
100%. And I'm wondering what our audience, if anyone is watching right now and into routine maintenance, especially if you have your own home. But anyway, even if you're just renting, it actually saves you time and money as well in the long run, especially when you're moving to another house because you
Mhm.
can't just leave your current home right now filthy. You have to clean it,
Yes.
otherwise they're gonna take it out of the bond. So if
Yes.
you keep it clean, it's gonna be easy for you to move out because it won't take long to clean anymore. Plus, if it's just a simple stain, if you take it out straight away, it's easy to be removed compared to once it stays there for long.
Yeah.
So I wonder if any of our audience here have this experience of, checking, maintaining your property or the house that you've rented, and it saves you money and time. Let us know in the comment section so that we can move on now to the next one. The second tip for maintaining your property is,
Yes, decluttering. That's one of my favorite. Decluttering made easy.
and it's often the first step actually to feeling more organized, but it can be
Mm,
overwhelming because when you keep on thinking where should I put this, and then you change your mind after a few minutes
yeah.
when you've already put those stuff here, and then suddenly you found another space for you to move it. Sometimes I would notice myself looking at two cupboards and imagining for 10 minutes or, or maybe more. And my family were like, "What are you doing there?" But in my head, I was actually visioning where should I put this, say, pile of books in, and this vacuum cleaner, especially, right? You need to have a space for that one. You don't want it lying around in your lounge. So decluttering.
Yes.
What are your points on this, Marianne?
I think to be very fair, when I do decluttering ate, my very first rule, my rule for myself, and I always teach Steven with this as well, is that the same thing as Marie Kondo does. If it doesn't spark your joy, just throw it away or give it away.
Can you
So
elaborate on that? Like, if there's anything you see that you don't find it useful anymore, is that like put it away or
yes,
give it someone? Is
something
that what you
like
mean?
that. So me ate, my rule, because especially with clothes, because we tend to shop a lot. Majority of us we love shopping, shopping clothes, even for kids as well. So what I do is that every change of the weather, I will vacuum bags because we have a small house. I will vacuum bags the clothes that I'm not gonna wear for the season. So let's say if it's going to summer now, I'm actually this weekend after church. I might be focusing on vacuuming inside the like all my thicker, the flannelets and everything like that. So I have to do a vacuum bag, put it in the cupboard so it's more organized. So that's
Yes,
one of my declutter, but that's also one way for me to get to know if, hey, this clothes I it's been hanging in here for the whole season of winter and I didn't really wear it, and this is the second year in a row that I didn't really wear it, then it means that I don't like it anymore. So I declutter
yeah,
it.
yeah. I remember you posted so many times in the Kabayan sa Manurewa, the old clothes, especially with your kids, because
Yes,
they grow so fast. So if they
they
have
grow so
grown
fast.
already the clothes, why not give them away or send them back to the Philippines if
Hmm.
you have a lot of families back home that may benefit from it? True. And
Yes.
yeah, I do that too when I see books, especially because I work at school and we've
Hmm.
got a lot of books that are not being used, like old books in schools, and they are just giving it away. And sometimes I would pile them here, thinking of sending them back to school, back to
Hmm.
our hometown for the kids there, because we know how scarce the books in the
Yes.
Philippines, right?
Yes. That's
These
so
are
true.
really good, and so I would put them in balikbayan box and send them back home with all the other old books that I have collected myself. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes, and
And
then I think you put key point in here at the in this one, which is I think the strategies for letting go is the same thing as what I've mentioned. If it doesn't spark joy, just give it to others because it might give another joy to another person.
100%. But I would like to highlight this thing as well, because Christmas is coming and there will be a lot of gift giving, and sometimes we don't really want or need the gift that we are getting,
Mm,
and we value it because of the thoughts that comes along with it,
mm,
right? But then if you cannot use it, might as well just give them away to, again, family and friends back home, or to anyone here that might be needing it. So in my case, actually, I am not a fan of gift giving. I mean, I would probably just, I'm always thinking of what is the right gift that is more sustainable. So I don't
mm.
want to give away uh, stuff like it's gonna be put on display, if you get
Yes,
what I mean.
that's
Like,
true. That's
I know
true.
it's quite
A picture
popular in
frame or a picture frame is the popular one.
picture picture frames because it's more digital now.
Mm.
Those displays like miniatures, I'm not really
Yeah,
a fan.
the
I'm
figurines.
not, yeah, figurines, because it's just a display, and for me personally, where will I put it? It will just fill up my lounge, and I prefer just plants because they are alive and they give off oxygen. And
Mm,
I want an organized one where the colors are similar, green, different shades of
mm,
green, anything that's live plants, different shades of black and white. So I
mm,
have a theme, in other words. That's one of my trick as well when talking about decluttering. So it looks in the eyes that everything is organized because of the color that are similar, Because for me, when I see different colors, if it's too colorful, I'm not a fan of it. It's like it makes me feel that it's too much.
Yes.
What do you
I
do
think
you
a
have a
lot. That's true, ate. And I think most interior designer will say that. So you know what they do is that like it doesn't actually really suit it. This, yes, sometimes it's fun to put add a splash of color, say in a living room,
yeah,
but if it's way too much, it looks so what do we call that?
so
Distracting.
yeah,
So it's
yeah. And
distracting.
it is this
um,
it feels heavy, and it attracts your
yeah,
attention that you cannot focus well. But if you have just similar shades, probably, then you are directed to, if you're working on something, then you can focus more on it. Yeah, I agree with you. The
yes,
word is distracting. Yeah.
yes.
Moving on to the third one. Oh, we might end up having a longer session. Last time I went almost 30 minutes, but we'll try to make this
Oh.
a little bit too. That was just but almost 30 minutes. She's a teacher, you know. Third one, of course, we have some tricks for you, some hacks, smart organization hacks. I love this too. Because where will you put the things in if you don't have an organized shelves? I like
Yeah.
shelves. I want to have more shelves and cupboards. What's
Mm,
your
mm. So it's not with this hack, ate. It's not entirely me. I wouldn't want to steal the credit to Steven. So Steven is very good in organizing things. So I'm the one who's really quite, unorganized. But so recently he bought at the that IKEA shelf,
Yes,
and
it's quite
then
popular. Then you
yes,
put them
and then
together.
you can buy that cube thingy that you can use a cube. And he bought that 3 by 3, so it's 9 cubes. And then you
Mhm,
know how you when you can buy the kind of like a part of IKEA that you can put like either a door, or you can make it
mhm.
like that the drawer or something. So he bought that, and he created the six other like the six cubes under will be where the cubbies of me and the kids. Because with me, Ate, I'm so disorganized that every time I come back from work, I just put my laptop bag somewhere that I see a space.
Ah,
So
right.
so Steven is really, like he's more organized. So what he did was, okay, here's your cubby. This is where you're gonna put your bags. This is your own drawer. This is where you're gonna put your car keys and stuff like that. So I don't want to steal the credit, but it's Steven who does that. He made us cubbies like kindergartens.
Oh, that's really nice. It's good to have a partner who has a different thinking than yours, because if you're
Mm,
just the same, that's really troublesome, unless both of
yes.
you are good, and your partner is also good at organizing, say for example, then that's awesome. But if you're not good at organizing and your partner is worse than you, then you'll be living a terrible
No,
life.
not gonna work. That's so true.
And you've mentioned about putting your stuff, especially your keys or your other personal items, which you
Mm,
can probably just put anywhere, and it will make you
he's
impatient when
lost.
you're looking for it because you forgot where you place it. Our style for keeping, oh, would probably reveal it here. Where a lot of people would hang their keys is by their
Yes.
doorway, so they
Yes.
can quickly see it and grab it, and it's easy, it's fast, and it's convenient. In our case, we keep it in the cupboard. So the cupboard is by our doorway as well, but it's hidden, so that
Yes.
when you have, say, somebody breaking in, and would
Yes. They can't find it.
probably probably find keys for your car, say for example, or for
Yeah.
whatever closet you've
Safe.
got with keys, or safe for example, they wouldn't be able to find it straight away. So there's
Yes.
still a time.
That's true.
call police, say for example. So I've just read that somewhere, and we've decided, hey, we'll put it here, all the keys, but mostly their keys and our spare keys. My keys would normally be in my small bag, and my bag would always be
Mm,
hanging back of my seat here in my office. So
yeah,
yeah, some organization hack which you can apply to make your life more organized and easy for you to look for your stuff that you always need.
that's so true.
Another thing that I like to is finding ways to add more shelves, over the door of your bathroom.
I know. Yeah.
So I added shelf there, and then put like container where I put the towels or the shower curtain. So it's quite
Mm,
handy. I don't have to go to our bedroom closet to look for those curtains and towels, because I have them ready in our bathroom already. And I
mm,
keep on more having cupboards where cupboards for items which are meant to be for that particular area. Say if it's
mm,
towels or shower curtains, it should be in the bathroom as well, keeping them safe. If it's for the bedroom, then maybe under the bed. You know how those storage containers at Kmart are quite handy, that you will just
uh-huh.
keep them under your bed and roll them out when you need it? I like them.
Yes,
So you
yes.
can use
We
things
we
under.
we have those ones. So you know how at the remember how I told you that we changed the bed inside the kids' bedroom. We bought the double deck
Yeah,
bed. And so we
bunk, yeah.
chose the yes, the bunk bed. So we chose the bunk bed that has a little bit higher of the bottom of
Ah,
the base. And then
yeah.
you can buy those Sistema boxes that you can
Yes.
roll. So I
Yeah.
have those Sistema boxes for each of the kids. And so now, which is it's very good that they're getting it from their dad, not me. So every time every time we buy them, say crafts, arts and crafts, because Celestine loves arts and crafts, they know where their organizer is. So they know where their own box is. So whenever
Yeah.
we are trying to clean, tell them like, hey, tidy up, it's finished, we're about to sleep, tidy up, put everything to your own box. And so Celestine and Orion knows where to put it. Similar thing with that IKEA shelf with those little cubes. Then the toys of the kids, Orion has his own cube where he puts all his robots and stuff like this.
Mm.
And then, like all those things, which is yeah, they got it from their dad, not me.
And it's very important that adults, parents especially, to have some organizational skills or
Yes.
hacks, because your kids will pick up from you. If you don't have them,
Mm.
your kids will be so cluttery. They will just put their things anywhere.
I think what they're only really learning with me is that I'm very, very particular with clothes. So I always want to have it folded where you don't need to iron it because it's very flat and then fold it
Ah,
properly.
yes.
And then
Yes.
it's like similar sizing at the end and you can easily see the design of it. So you know that that's the design I want to wear, then you pull it out. And then I have to teach them how to pull it without pulling everything out.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True. Let me guess. Was it your mom who taught you that?
I no, I it's one of the show ate in Netflix, which is
Oh,
the Maricondas one. But I used to have a different organization that I learned from my mama or even my caretaker when I was young. So I have a yaya when I was young, and she's the one who taught me how to the undies. So I fold it in a
yes.
particular way that it won't ruin the garter, the elastic, but
Yeah.
it folds into a very small roll, like it becomes a
Mm.
roll. Yeah, and
Mm.
so it's organized. Putting in roll. It looks like hot dogs, but it's all the undies, and it saves space, which is very very cool. So it just saves space. So I have those kind of particular one, and that's the reason why my in-laws will try to fold the clothes, but they will fold it roughly because they know that I'm gonna refold it anyway.
I've learned my folding skills from my mom. She's really strict, and she would always ask me to do it again if it's not up to standard, up to her standard.
Oh,
How you look at the folded shirts in the shops, that's
yes,
similarly how I fold as well.
yes.
And when I ask the other members of my family to fold the clothes, I would still redo them, especially if it's my clothes or my husband's clothes. It goes to the same closet anyway. Yeah, so that's how I do it.
And that's
Anyway,
the
keep
thing, Ate,
keep
right? Like it can fit. Like if you have a very limited space, if you fold it in the right way, it
mm,
can fit no matter what.
true. That's true. Maximizing the space is the main purpose of this organization hack, like folding it nicely. Where
Mhm.
are you going to put it? Having more shelves, or maybe having some particular bins or baskets and having labels for it, especially when you have kids. This basket is for Didi, and this basket is for
Yes,
Celestine, say, for example.
yes,
And these are, you don't have to buy expensive ones. You can buy from Kmart or Warehouse. Those
yeah.
are my two favorite shops actually. And
Mhm.
sometimes, to be honest, I actually use the ice cream containers in our drawer in the bathroom to organize the stuff in the medicine kit and the toothpaste and toothbrushes. So I use those ice cream containers,
Container.
cut off the top one because it's quite bulky, and then put them next to each other, and this one goes in this one and that one, so it's more organized. Once you open it, it doesn't just scatter, because once you pull it so abruptly, then all the stuff will move around and they get mixed up. But if you have like uh, each area for it, like how you have I don't know what it's called, but you put your spoons and fork and
Okay.
they are in organized way.
Is it?
I-
It's in the tray, cutlery tray.
yeah, making it like a tray. So that's pretty much it. So it's more functional. And also look at the vertical storage. It's not
Mm,
just yeah, what are the cabinets that you can put, but maybe you can look up above if you can have more space or have more cupboards,
mm,
because it's neater and wider when you have your cupboards up above. The downside is you've got to reach out to it, so it's
mm.
handy if you're quite tall.
Ate, just pahabol. One thing I noticed a lot of people struggle with this. You know those microwavable boxes, the takeaway boxes.
Oh yeah,
We yes, I know that we can still reuse it, but we
yeah.
managed to lessen having those by every time we eat as a family, because we always eat at our favorite restaurant here in Manukau. And majority of the times you will have leftovers and you wanted to take it home, save your 50 cents or 20 cents, by bringing your own glass containers, because you'll know that you're going to have a leftover, just
Yeah,
pack it in there. At least you don't need to pay for an extra takeaway box. And it's not going to clutter your home because it's just so much of those microwavable ones.
that's really a good idea. I haven't thought of that. Oh, yeah, but
Yeah.
because we seldom go to a restaurant anyway. I'll try to remember that, because it will save you 50 cents. And then if you have
Yes.
many leftover to take home, how much will that be? $3 to $5 maybe?
Mm.
It depends.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea. I hope I will remember it. I know my brain anyway.
No, a lot,
Fourth
because a
one.
lot of kababayan ate always buy, sorry, a lot of our kababayan always loves eating out.
Yeah, eating out, especially. Fourth one, we're almost there. We only have 5 tips to share with you guys. And the fourth one is seasonal must-dos. Ito. Gusto ko ito. And I try my best during school holidays to do this. There are things that I have to wait until I've got a lot of time to do it. Mm.
Mm,
Like mowing, not really seasonal. During summer, it should be every week. During
yeah,
winter, it's every
it's
2 weeks
hard.
or 3 weeks, because the growth is slow. Now, I've
Mm,
got hedges here. You've seen my garden, right? And my hedges,
yes.
I've noticed I've got to trim it every 6 months. So that's a
Oh.
seasonal one.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
do you
think
have
with
any?
yes, ate. I think the most for me, the most like especially for I think everyone even in the Philippines does this, by the time that once the weather looks fine, or say let's just say the fall or spring, you'd want to clear out the gutters of
Oh,
your roof, because once the winter comes and it's rainy season here in New Zealand, you wouldn't want it to be leaking on your ceiling. So especially with as an agent, as a former real estate
mhm.
agent, I
Yeah.
would always make sure that I always tell my buyers to, like, you know what, at the end of the day, by maintaining it, it's just you're gonna keep the price high, clearing out those gutters, and it's surely gonna keep your ceiling as well, especially those ones on the outside, cleaner. Because once it gets really full and then it overflows actually with leaf, and here
Yeah.
in New Zealand it's like very green. We have so much trees everywhere. So once that one
Mm.
gets full, then it's gonna leak into somewhere, and you'll never know what's gonna
Yeah, and every time I drive around, when the traffic, when it's heavy traffic, you tend to look at the houses along the
happen.
street, right? And I would notice some gutters are breaking because of the heavy stuff in it. And I was like, what were the owners or maybe the renters thinking of? Are they not minding it?
Mm,
Because it's breaking the gutter. And the tendency
mm,
is it might go in the house, or it will overflow, of course, and it doesn't look nice. And
mm,
me, especially, I also do that one as part of my property maintenance. As soon as I
yeah.
a holiday, term
Mm,
break, I walk
yeah.
around the area. I take note of what to clean. Sometimes I would clean one side of my wall outside, wipe it, and then
Yes.
next season, not next season, next holiday, I'll do the back part. So yeah, just what time.
Yes,
And
house washing ate is really good as well, because especially if you have cladding, different type of cladding like yours ate. So your house cladding is different from a weatherboard and a brick, which is brick is very easy maintain, maintenance. But with fiber cement and those who are more, they're not as sturdy as a brick or not as sturdy as a weatherboard, then you would want to make sure that seasonally you have to make sure that you kind of house wash it and then repaint it in say 5 years, every 5 years, so that the water doesn't seep through the house. So you kind of maintain that cladding outside.
and also if you have this seasonal must do's, when you have a routine of cleaning it, then it's not
Mm,
hard for you to clean it in the long run compared to when you
yeah.
wait until it's the dust is so thick already. It will
Yeah.
take you longer time to finish to clean it.
Mm,
If
yeah,
you
it
do a little
stains the
bit,
house. That's true.
it's faster to do it. Yeah,
Mm.
true. In the summer season, ano bang things that you are planning to do? Do you have a break even?
I think most we have break in my new job. I think if I'm in real estate, I won't have break. But
Oh.
because summer is our busiest the best time to actually sell houses, because at the end of the day everyone's in the
Mm,
happy mood, and the houses are very easily maintained nicely, because like it's sunny, and you can have open home till 9 p.m. because it can still be bright
yeah,
outside.
yeah.
So yes, but I think the best for me, the seasonal one that Steven loves to do, or me, is to kind of like either start, with activities as well with kids. You can kind of plant some strawberries from a couple of months prior to summer, because right now our strawberry is having strawberries now, so
Oh,
we can
yes,
kind
yes,
of like eat our strawberries.
true. It's strawberry seasons, and others are already going to the strawberry farm and do their picking. And in my one, like, my strawberries are being picked by the birds already or slugs because we seldom
Oh,
eat them, but they're really big. And my strawberries are already old. It's been since we moved here. Yeah. So it's just a
yes.
rotation that we just leave it there. So once it's season, it's the season for strawberries, they'll just grow anyway. Cool. Anything that we
Yeah.
have might have missed for this one for to our audience? Any particular task that you would? Oh, I've got this one. I remember the. No, but this is not really the property, but it's still part of it. You know, the vacuum cleaner. I try my best to clean it
Oh,
once a year thoroughly because the foam it gets to the dust is too thick. So have it a good wash and thoroughly, like every corner that has dust, I clean it so well. I remember I've even taken a video of that one. That's one thing as well that I do every summer, but I don't think I can do it this summer because we're going home. What else do I normally do? That's pretty much it, I think. Yeah, let's move on
mm,
to our fifth one. Last but not the least, creating a tidy up routine. Yeah, so this is
yes.
our last step for you today, and it's pretty much as simple. It makes it easier for us to keep our home clean if we have routines like what you said every day. What do you do? Ako, I don't have routines anymore. I just try my best to do whatever I can each time I have a free time.
Yes. I think starting your day with an exercise is very good at it. I feel like
That's
I'm back. I'm back in that. Before I started real estate, I was on top of it. I do cycling from here to Wattle Downs, a 10K cycle per day. So, 10 kilometers, I go home. Yes, my legs are wobbly and tired, but then you kind of feel more energized as well when you go to school or you go to work. Your brain is quite bright and kind of, I don't really feel tired more. So,
yes,
yeah.
yeah. You're
And then you can
pumped up.
tidy up.
Yes, that's true. And that's the rule of the thumb is um, clean up after your mess.
Mm,
Oh, we're trying to do this as well, especially with my kids. Like they would just grab food, eat in the room, which wasn't our rule ever since. But because they have their
yeah.
own mind now and they're contributing to our expenses and they felt like they can do whatever they want. So when they eat
Ah,
in their rooms, I just keep on reminding them that if ever you get flea bites or there are cockroaches, I'm not gonna spend money for the spray. You have to do it yourself. So those are my threats for them. But after they eat, they just leave their plates in the sink. And I was like, oops, this wasn't our training before. Things can change over time. Your rules, your laws at
oh my
home
golly.
can change.
I hope. I hope it doesn't
Not
change. Celestine and Orion Ate started having their, when we eat dinner together because that's basically the time that we're really all together. I think they both started as kind of the age of 2 years old that tidying up their own plates.
yeah, yes.
Right at the end, then the only thing that's very hard is tidying up the toys or the arts and craft. That takes a
That's
lot of effort from me and Steven. But I hope it doesn't change. And they know that they cannot eat in the bed because they don't. Celestine is very particular. She doesn't like ants, so she
mm.
wouldn't want an ant inside her bedroom. Yeah, I hope
I
it
don't
doesn't
I don't want it to. But I just reminded my kids that the consequence. And once they face
change.
that consequence, no. Maybe because I don't know. Well, anyway, what I'm saying is the rule of the thumb is you clean up after you miss. If you eat the plate, you go and wash it. If you use the table and it becomes messy, you go and clean it. So that's like creating a tidy up routine. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. But honestly, I'm guilty of this sometimes when I've got some calls and I've got a sudden tutorial and oh yeah, now things have
Oh,
changed indeed, because
yeah.
the lifestyle now in our family is different. Previously, I've got more time to clean up after work. All I do is garden and clean up. I didn't have any side hustle. I wasn't even blogging or vlogging. Not even this. No streaming before. And now that I have it, well, what did I sacrifice? Of course, my
Yes.
cleaning up routine.
Oh
What
well,
about
now
you?
we are gonna have to create a tidy up routine at it, and of course the routine per day.
Hi, and that's why I go to sleep like around 11 or 12. Because after all of these things that I do in the afternoon and until 9 sometimes, yeah, I go out and do vacuuming, wash the dishes, fold the clothes. Actually, the laundry is still waiting for me outside. It's been there for a couple
I
of
have
days. So,
I also have a lot to put in the cupboard, the ones that I folded.
yeah. And I'm actually dreaming, how we have this washer and then a dryer. And I was like, is there another machine that can connect to the folding machine? Probably. So once you put all your laundry in the washer, it goes to the dryer and then direct to the folding machine. And when it's done, you just take it folded already and ready to go to the closet. You
I
get what
think
I mean?
there was an invention of that, and then I
Really?
think I saw it somewhere in TikTok or something, I don't know, or in Facebook, and but it's not being sold, but someone invented that, and I was like, I would love that. I would want to invest my money in that.
True, especially for moms that are busy and we've got a lot of clothes. But one thing that I'm trying to work now is to lessen my clothes and give them away or not buying new clothes
Mhm.
anymore. So I'll just use my old clothes again and again until it gets ripped off and I'll buy a new one when I could not
Yes,
use them anymore. So yeah.
and yeah,
Another thing
that's
too,
the thing.
just
Okay, like if you haven't worn it for the whole year that passed, it means that you can live your life without it. So it means you don't need it.
about
So give it away.
Oh, by the way, start collecting the stuff that you might not need because we are planning in our church, or maybe in your church, you will be having a fundraising. Because in our church, the Mega Life Church that I was
Mhm.
mentioning to you about, we are having fundraising next year. So we're starting to collect the things that we are not using anymore. We're setting it aside so that we can gather them all together and have a fundraising day for those people who might benefit from buying them at a cheap price. Yeah. Mm.
Oh yes, of course, Ate. I would love to. I We did that in Didi school, so Orion school,
Yeah, I think
and
last
they
time, right? I wasn't
yeah. So
able
we
to.
did a mommy market day for them, and whatever we sold, it goes straight like it. Everything goes to the school. So we
Mm,
did raise some funds for that. I think they still have the ones that we haven't sold. We donated it.
okay, so that was for
Mm.
the school. I was planning to go there, but I think I had another commitment. Anyway, there you have it. I think just last comment on this fifth tip is this tidying up routine doesn't have to have a specific time, but for you to have some time, especially each day or every time you do something, make it a habit to address it straight away and don't wait for later when you notice that there are a lot of things to be tidied up. All right. So there you have it. Our tips for property maintenance. Just a quick one, property management, actually. Routine maintenance
Yes.
tips,
Mhm.
decluttering made easy,
Decluttering Made easy. Smart
and
organization
next,
and seasonal must-dos,
no
and of
use
course creating
creating a tidy up routine. There you go. Thank you so much for tonight. We hope you're leaving with some ideas to try out, especially the ones that you've mentioned. That's for me, something to add to
a
my.
to your list, ate. I adore you how you actually do the maintenance of your home, because at the end of it, it's such a lovely home. And yeah, do continue doing that at it, because in the right time that investment would have already
Fingers crossed. But anyway, I'm using
increased.
it like you've also advised me to keep it and put it
Yes.
into rental. At the moment, I'm earning out of it, so that's good. We're keeping it to
Yes.
ourselves to ourselves for now. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and hope you're going to join us again next time. And in the meantime, try implementing one or two of these tips. But be careful though when you're doing some changes in the home that it's not yours yet. Make sure to talk to the property
Landlord.
owner. Yeah, it's good if you have
Mm,
your own. You can do whatever you like whenever you want it.
that's
Mm.
true.
Oh, good. I'll see you again next week,
Thank
Marianne.
you.
See your
You have
smile.
you
What?
have an announcement, Ate? You have an
Mm,
announcement this weekend, right? You have the
oh, yeah. We have the early Christmas party with the Mega Life Church. And anyone who will be interested, let me know. Just flick me a message. We can't really accommodate a lot of people. I've invited a few close friends already. And I know you're not able to join because of an event you're having.
yes.
Yeah.
We
That's
also
sad, but
have a family fun day.
that's okay. And what else? Oh, Kabayan sa Manurewa Christmas party. I'm not sure when this is happening, but I think a lot of people are interested of having it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, but when are you going at it? Going home?
17th of December. So we're
Oh,
available on the 16th because I've got events during the weekends as well with other family friends. So I'm trying to schedule it. I'm reaching out to other kababayan sa Manurewa as well if they want to host it because I'll be happy to support. If not, then they'll be happy to come over to my place. That's also okay.
mm,
But just make sure we're still here when we do that. Because if it's after December 17th, then no, we can't make it. We can't make it on December 17th because that's our flight. Yeah,
yes.
wish uh, a good holiday
Good.
anyway. Awesome. Thanks so much,
Yay!
Mary.
Same.
Having a chat with you. I'll see you again next week for another interesting topic about home buying in New Zealand. And it's not just buying a home anyway, it's looking after a home. Manifest your home.
Yes.
So, yay. Thank you.
Thank
And have a
you. Thanks, Ate. Nice seeing you. Have a good evening, guys.
bye.
Bye bye.